Well, it seems the astronauts quite a choice of making their own food meal choices, Mr. Wu. Does it taste the same, the food in the outer space, for the astronauts? I was told that in the weightless environment, the aromas of the food don't make its way to the nose, so you won't smell it.
I have never tried this, so I just guess.
Nobody among us have.
Yes, I just guess. It should taste the same, but the food is not the same. So the food is specially made for astronauts.
And they say they have to dehydrate the food and then rehydrate them on board again, so it won't taste the same as those on the ground.
Yeah, that will be affected, the taste. And also, according to the resources on the spaceship, you cannot bring everything on board. So the food is compressed, the space is limited, and also the weight, the mass has to be reduced. So by any means, they will try to make it possible to make it smaller and lighter, but still with a lot of energy in it.
And interestingly, this time on the food shelf, they have prepared something very Chinese, like Gongbao Jiding on the food shelf, which is quite different from the Western counterparts.
Yes, and also I was told that they actually prepare the food for the specific taste of the astronauts. That means that before the food was prepared, the astronauts were very much involved in selecting the different kind of taste and the food type, etc. So I think the astronauts will have less complaint this time about the quality or the taste of the food. Yeah.
And also because this time the mission is relatively not a long one, because it's only 3 days for them. They wouldn't have a burden of carry much of the food up there. But will the longer missions in the future place a higher demand on the logistics service?
This is a very big challenge. Even we have only 3 days flight, but we should have a backup. So probably the food can be used for five days. So, but for a longer stay, like on the International Space Station, the food is a big problem, and it is very difficult to make different varieties and different tastes, and the astronaut will rush and to catch the first to eat the most delicious one, and all the things left are not delicious.
So you don't have the luxury of making so much choice.
Yes, and on certain time when the transporter, the logistic system or the transportation service to the International Space Station is failed. I mean, it happened before. When the space shuttle had an accident, the Soyuz has a lot of heavier job to transport to the International Space Station. So it has a starving problem on the International Space Station.
Yeah. So food supply is critical for those living up there.
So what might happen if they are in short of supply?
They have to send more food up there.
If
they have backups. I'm sure they have a backup for many days. But the most important backup is to have two different kind of transportation system: space shuttle and Soyuz. So now they are talking. So maybe Chinese Shenzhou
we're facing
will be
a problem because the shuttle will run out of service in 2010. Not until 2015, a new type of shuttle will be in service. What are we going to do with only Soyuz left then?
That's right. Soyuz is a very reliable system. So it is reliable, but I wish they will think about the second system.
And maybe Chinese will jump in the future somewhere.
We would like to do that.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for sharing with us your insights and analysis.